Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to your reading. Let's pull some symbols first, and we're going to jump into your coffee cup. By the way, if you're new here, this is Divine Light, and I'm so happy you have joined me today. And if you want to enjoy this message, and if you believe in giving comes back, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the subscribe. It's a free way to support, and you can also hit the bell so you never miss a video. We have a rooster here, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Seems like this person is gonna appear in your life, and basically the advice is straightforward. Rather than fighting this person or trying to prove something to this person, you should just avoid them at all costs. Okay, we have a candle here. You will be shown the way. Another thing I feel, this is a synchronicity happening in your life. Okay, this can be a person who's going to block the pathway to a certain thing because there's a better option available for you. And this is a synchronicity here. That's why it says you should not cross, you should not try to cross, meaning there's a better way available. This can be I even feel like there's a house behind the rooster. Maybe you're being stubborn or trying to prove someone to something. Seems like they're not going to care at the end of the day. If you're signing a lease because you're trying to prove someone something, you're going to be the one who's stuck with the lease on a house, with a house that is maybe the roof is leaking. So that's why if somebody is like being stubborn with you, being arrogant against you, just change the path. There's a candle burning. Follow that flickering light, okay? Because what is waiting for you there? Good fortune. Yeah, you are being guided towards the right direction. I is a psychic ability and trust your intuition. This is your gut feeling. And I feel like if you are maybe choosing something because in a forceful way or to prove something to someone, you're going to feel that. That gut feeling is going to warn you. And also it's going to guide you towards the right direction, which feels better, okay, when you choose that. We have like many pathways opening here. So that's why I feel like you shouldn't force anything that doesn't really feels right to you. There's a tears of joy. This can be some good things happening when you give up on pursuing something or pushing a door that doesn't open. There's a pathway opening here. Like the solutions are outside. You just need to just get outside your comfort zone. Okay, that's very important here. Solutions, answers are outside. We have a dog right there, a massive dog. This still has some time. Maybe towards the end of the month, the dog is going to appear as someone loyal, someone supportive. Okay. Another thing we have, you can see the claw reaching out, and I feel like this can also be, there's a device which has like a little handle on the back of it that you can pick up things off the ground with this. And this kind of tells me there's a snake right here. We're going to go with two meanings of the snake. And I see also a woman hugging a bear right there. Snake can be about healing. Snake can be about ending a cycle. Snake can be also about a little bit of poison, okay? These are all three different meanings of it. And I'm going to explain and you will understand which one is actually applicable to you because this is a general reading. The handle that you're holding is, you're not really touching the snake with your hands, okay? You're using either somebody else's energy, sending a word with someone, or reaching out without reaching with your own hand. So it seems like maybe through someone that you're going to send this, if the snake is someone that is poisonous, that you're sending them a message through somebody else and telling them, you know what, you need to just cut off that poison if you don't want to create beef or like a maybe disagreement. It can be a healing, but it seems like the healing that first you are testing it before you try it. It can be like a new practice, okay, a healing practice, or it can be a cycle. I told you a cycle is ending in your life, but before maybe you're ending the cycle, you are first testing like how it's going to change things, okay? That's why you're not really, it kind of reminds me of a little bit temperance energy. Instead of jumping into one thing, the water right away, you're testing the water first, okay? And or here, the snake, you're testing the snake first, okay? You're going to see if you're going to like it or not, if you're going to pursue it or not, you're going to decide after that. Under this handle, we have the bear, a woman hugging a bear. I told you women is like, kind of looks like a blonde woman wearing a wig or like a big hat. She's carrying a bag here. Bear can symbolize someone who's wealthy, abundant, who's actually resourceful, disciplined, and also massive power of a person. The women hugging them can be someone, it can be, I said a blonde woman, but you don't have to be blonde. It can be, okay, there is like a misconception that they say in the society that blonde women is a little bit like not too sharp as the regular ones. It's a saying. It's not a truth. It's not the truth. But I heard a girlfriend of mine, actually, she tested this theory and she dyed her hair blonde. And she said it's the best time of her life because nobody expects much from her anymore. So I feel like it's not really the truth, but it is a tool maybe being used. This is not a bad thing. Nothing is good or bad. Your perspective changes the angle of everything. So I feel like here this can be a woman who is actually finding a way, or feminine energy, a creative power, your creative power, finding a way instead of maybe fighting with the authority, pushing the authority, forcing it to do some things. Maybe you're acting in a way that you need help. You need the authorities' help, and that they will show up when you show, like when you're not a threat, basically. I feel like that's basically the idea of that. When you're not looking like a threat to this authority, they're going to show up to help you. That's why it's important to not show all the cards in your hand. That's why I feel like the blonde woman is not really a negative thing here. Maybe you are embodying the blonde woman energy. It doesn't matter. The gender doesn't matter what gender you are, but you can embody that energy and not be too excited or enthusiastic. Oh, I'll do everything. No, you're not doing that. You're just doing your part or demanding something. And it seems like that is going to bring some protection over you as well. Okay. I see there's another snake coming forward. When you're catching the black one, there's a white snake coming. And the white snake, I'm going to interpret that as a healing energy coming forward. Okay. So when you close a cycle, snake, I feel like here overall it's a cycle closing and a new one is opening. A better positive cycle is going to start, okay, in your life. I see there's a mountain piling up here. Kind of looks like a bull or maybe a crocodile wearing it's like crocodile in sheep's clothing. I know it's not the same, but I see kind of like the mouth kind of looks reptilian here. Reptilians are cold-blooded. When you say wolf, wolves are warm-blooded. Wolf actually symbolizes wolf pack, but this is a crocodile. And someone who can go for a long period of time without making a noise, basically, like going to hibernation. So this can be someone that has been hiding in the sheep's clothing for a while now. And when you start a new cycle, this person is going to come up with all like this negative energy rising, okay? I feel though you are prepared. You're preparing a pathway. I told you there are many outside pathways are opening and you're preparing a higher way here for yourself. You're going to choose that one, okay? You're going to go on that higher path rather than dealing with the crocodile here. Another thing I see, there's a man with a massive nose, kind of reminds me of a shark's nose. Another one, when you jump the crocodile over, like jump that hoop, there's another person showing up. And I told you there's a higher way. You don't have to deal with these people. You don't have to deal with the sharks and the crocodiles, okay? Your pathways are always like leading you towards a different selection, different option. This can be the easiest. I feel like this can be like a big corporations that you're dealing with as well. Maybe they're in front of you. Kind of think of it that way. Like maybe you want to purchase milk and there's a farm right next to you, but also there's Walmart. Okay. So, maybe you're choosing something that you trust better, whichever one that is. But I feel like the smaller one can be the way to go. Another thing, guys, I would like to say this because I saw when I was living in the United States that people can drink milk without pasteurizing it. You don't do that, okay? This is something the basic, even like the basic, everyone where I live knows that. You boil that milk first, okay? Because it's not about how it's generated. It's about cleaning the bacteria inside of it. I heard that there's a lot of explanations, but I mean, just read it, please. Please go ahead and read all the research about it. Another thing here, I don't know why I need to put that note in there, but I heard people even like serving that to their children. That's extremely dangerous, guys, extremely dangerous. Okay, so another thing I see here is there's a window behind this shark. The thing is, this can be a person who's showing you a window, a way out, okay? And that window can be looking very attractive, very tempting to you. Okay, there's a window, there's a way out of here, but you have a highway over the window. Like, you don't have to go. You see, there's like in your heart, there's a galloping horse here. Window is not the way out. Literally in the literal life as well. Window is not a way out, guys. It's just a glimpse of light you see through the window. You don't get out of the window to go inside of a house or get out of a house. You don't use a window. So I feel like here the shark can be someone who's showing you, oh, look at this. We have an option here. That's not the option. Please be careful. Be aware of that, okay? It just, I don't know, maybe the pasteurized milk came to me in a sense. Maybe it's not about the milk. It's about the way. So if somebody shows you something, oh, there's an option here too. I mean, I feel like that's not really an option that you need to really think and observe it really carefully, okay? I see that if you keep going your way, that do not divert to any other people's, like their own life or direction, you're going to get to your challenge. You're going to finalize your challenge. I see here the dog right there, loyal and protective and waiting for you when you get there, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. I know sometimes what I'm saying can be controversial for some. Okay. Your desire is something that is going to, it's the second try, it's going to start to come really fast. And I feel a little bit like doubt about myself. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm not a milk expert. But where I grew up, when I was growing up, my mom used to actually purchase milk from the people who are raising their cows and basically they didn't really have any technology. We always boiled the milk. Okay, and my mom grew up with cows as well, and she said, like, you always boil the milk. There's no exception to that. That's why I grew up with that mentality, and when I went there, I saw people, oh, this is goat milk, but still, it's somebody else brought it to you and gave it to you. I mean, it's just that I always had a question mark, and I never fed that to my child either. But I saw people doing that, and that was really mind-boggling for me. So, yeah, you can comment those things down below as well. I feel like this shouldn't be even like a political thing, but sometimes it can turn into political things like that. There's a second desire you have. It's coming forward as well, but I see someone's face here. I don't know if you can see the face right there, eyes and the mouth. It seems like some of you have a person on the horizon, okay? And this person is a very calm, cool, collected, smiling, light energy. And they're outside your comfort zone. The second desire can be also having this companion right next to you. It seems like they're showing up. There's a bull. Bull is inside of your heart space. So I'm going to go with the idea. Bull is the Hierophant. I usually interpret bull as an authority. Maybe an authority figure showing up in your life, or it can be an authority coming to support you, or maybe if you have anything going on with an authority like a government or a school institution, seems like that might really work out for your highest good in the best way possible, okay? Like whatever is your heart's desire, maybe it is going to end up in that manner, or maybe even better than that, okay? Let's see what else we have here. Page of Cups. We have a capybara here. If you know their nature, capybaras are the calmest, basically, animals in the animal kingdom, and they make friends with crocodiles. They ride on the backs of the crocodiles. So I told you we have a crocodile in sheep's clothing. Maybe this is the attitude you need to embody. You can, if you cannot go around it, if you don't see the highway, get on the highway. I told you there's a highway. If you cannot get on that highway, you need to embody this Page of Cups energy, which is calm, cool, collected, gets along with everyone. I'm not going to say it's like a social butterfly. I feel like it's about lacking judgment in the sense of judging people in the negative sense, not in the sense of not being aware of what's happening around you. This Page of Cups energy is, okay, that's what you like. Okay, whatever. If you don't like it, okay, I don't like that. Thank you very much. And then you just go on your own way. Okay, rather than trying to make a change people's mind, just minding your own business. Page of Cups energy. Offer what you can. If there's nothing coming back in return, you can move on to your own pace and on your life. We have 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, it seems like you're creating something for the long term. This can be even like massive amounts of help, support, material satisfaction, long-term stability coming your way. But it's all about minding your own business, basically. 4 of Wands is amazing victory to coming to the finish line, completing a cycle, which I told you with the snake. This is actually a negative cycle coming to an end. Some of you might be manifesting a bunch of money. 10 of Pentacles can be that. Or like something that is going to bring long-term support to you, which is maybe a cycle that you have been fighting about or for a long time. And that's why Page of Cups comes in. Offer what you can and just go with the flow of life. That's going to bring the abundance. That's going to bring the prosperity, success, and power. And 4 of Wands is you coming, actually celebrating the ending of that cycle. Stars wish fulfillment. One of the best readings so far, guys. I can tell you about this. And this seems like this, especially end of the month, you can really complete, maybe even find solutions to the negative stuff happening in your life. And this can also indicate maybe when you close the cycle, star is something you have been desiring for a while starting to happen, okay? We have a commitment with the Page of Cups. Yeah, commitment can be when you're offering something, your offer will be accepted. When you're offering your skills, love, appreciation, it's going to bring a commitment to you. So goodwill, good intentions are going to receive a commitment. 10 of Pentacles with Gentle Gardener. So I told you initially maybe you're going to hit the jackpot. But 10 of Pentacles can also represent building a legacy here, building a long-term stability. I feel like Gentle Gardener's energy is that you're going to get a chance, an opportunity that requires nourishing, gently, gentle improvement, taking care of the garden. When you do that, this is going to actually end in cycle for sure. Also, it's going to bring long-term stability into your life, okay? We have Dragon's Lair here. 4 of Wands is coming with the Dragon's Lair. This is something you're scared of. This is something that you are afraid of going inside of the Dragon's Lair. There's another one here. It's a scary place. But with the 4 of Wands energy, this turns into maybe you have aced this already. You have been there. You're going to find the courage to go in there, complete that mission, end the cycle, and then get to the celebration part of it. This can even be interpreted in a way maybe you're afraid of starting a relationship, and it seems like whoever is coming into your life, that is going to start assuring you, reassuring you. When you start to feel calm, cool, collected, you're going to get out of this Dragon's Lair and you're going to end this negative cycle, okay? Star comes with a magical map shifter. Basically, this is you taking control of the situation, or some of you might be getting a promotion. And this also, Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. This is about the synchronicities, the people coming into your life, or the things, the events happening currently. The star, it's aligning you to your heart's desire, to your true north, okay? Let's pull your spirit animals. I wanted to do animal deck, and I love the animals messages and symbols because beetle here right there brings you the good fortune, for example. And we have the bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. Okay. So this is kind of like number 8 though, material satisfaction. It's just an ending of a cycle. Life is a mystery for sure. But it doesn't mean that it's not enjoyable. So I feel some of you might be getting like blessings. I keep seeing this fish right there. This is clearly like a big fish coming forward. So some things might come into your life in a very unexpected way. Fish can represent material satisfaction, opportunities, plenty of fish in the sea. So it seems like the things are not really going to this timeline. They're not going to show up through the doors or ways that you're used to. Okay, the blessings are going to show up through unexpected ways. Starfish spirit, open to infinite possibilities. Exactly what I just repeated 1 minute ago. I said the things are going to show up from unexpected ways. So do not limit yourself to what your mind can limit things to. Okay. For example, I want money. I want to win the lottery. And what if you get like an inheritance? You don't want that then? Is that what it is? No, of course you want it. So do not limit. Ask what you desire, okay? How is the job of the universe, basically? Elephant. Learn from the past. Elephant spirit, because elephants do not forget anything. They say the elephant's memory is very deep and goes very wide. So I feel like here, all those memories, if you are keeping them, you need to just start to look at them as, what did I learn from this? So you can release the emotional charge off of them, okay? Porcupine spirit, time for beginner's mind. Beginner mindset, but beginner's mind, basically. So that's why I feel like when you release the emotional charges of the things that you're carrying, the memories, it seems like when you clear them, you're going to be able to see things from like a pure mind rather than writing stories before something happens. This is your final message. We have ground yourself. It's going to be important. We have heavy green color here too for you. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you are ungrounded. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. It seems like that's going to really help you connect with these higher spirits too. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.